morning, all. All right, we've got 4 games on Monday, 10 games on Tuesday. Let's jump into the preview. Talking about tonight's games, we've got one starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Half an hour later, another game gets started, and then we have 2 later games, so nicely spread out. The 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start is between the Washington Capitals and Buffalo. So Buffalo comes home after what had started out as a successful road trip and come home a bit disappointed. Washington 26-10-3 on the season. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. The Buffalo Sabres 14-21-5 overall. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10 games. On the Washington side, their leading scorer over the last month has been Dubois. 14 games, 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points. Radish, overdue for a goal. He has 6 assists in 14 games. So for each team, I found the leading scorer over the last calendar month, meaning from December 6th till now. And I also picked a player that over the last month has probably been off in terms of scoring and is due for a bit of a bounce back. On the Buffalo side, Zucker's their leading scorer, 14 games, 10 goals, 5 assists, 15 points. Tuck, just 4 goals in 14 games over the last month. So Tuck's needing a little bit more offense there in his game. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, and it's on Amazon Prime in Canada, so it's Vancouver in Montreal. Vancouver 18-12-8 overall. They're 3-4-3 in their last 10. They've been having a lot of struggles. Montreal has not. They're 18-18-3 overall, but they're 7-3 in their last 10 games and looking to keep the momentum rolling. On the Vancouver side, Quinn Hughes is still their leading scorer over the last month. 10 games, 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points. Höglander stands out as a player who's very likely going to get traded at some point this season. 12 games, just the 2 assists, and discussions of his ice time have been out there all year. On the Montreal side, Caulfield, 13 games, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Newhook, 13 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points for him. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start between Florida and Colorado. Florida's 24-14-2 overall. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Colorado 24-15-1 overall. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. On the Florida side, Reinhart, 13 games, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. When you get shut out as often as Florida has recently, it's going to show up with your players having less points than expected. Reinhart is the leading scorer over the last month. Bennett, just 2 assists in 12 games over that same time frame. On the Colorado side, McKinnon, not having struggles, 13 games, 5 goals, 20 assists, 25 points. Ross Colton has played 13 games in the last month, just has the 4 goals, no assists so far. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between New Jersey and Seattle. So New Jersey 24-15-3 overall. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row. On the Seattle side, they're 17-20-3 overall. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10 games. On the New Jersey side, Jack Hughes, 14 games, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points, has been their most productive player. Hamilton has been quiet recently, just 4 assists in 14 games for him. On the Seattle side, Vince Dunn, 13 games, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. Playing very, very well. One defenseman whose offense has dropped off. Evans, 13 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. May very well be related. Dunn returns from injury, and it would affect the kind of ice time and the situations Evans is playing in. All right, so we move into Tuesday. And we have, let's see, 5 games starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, 1.5 an hour later, 2.5 an hour after that, and then we have 2 later games as well. So it's going to get really busy, and then it'll get really quiet. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Carolina and Tampa, 2 teams that are looking to really get on a roll here. Carolina 24-14-2 overall. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. Tampa Bay 20-15-2. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row. On the Carolina side, Aho, 14 games, 6 goals, 9 assists for 15 points. Jackson Blake, 14 games, just the 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Rookies run into walls here and there when it comes to their production at standard. On the Tampa side, Kucherov, 13 games, 5 goals, 16 assists, 21 points. Very productive, not a surprise to anyone. Morgan Geeky's been quiet. Connor Geeky's been quiet. 12 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. I didn't put Morgan Geeky on the board either. I might as well now that I've mixed them up with each other. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Edmonton and Boston. The Oilers, 24-12-3 overall. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10. They've won 3 in a row. Boston 20-17-5. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10. The coaching bump you get with the coaching change seems to have fallen away for Boston. On the Edmonton side, Draisaitl, 13 games, 10 goals, 15 assists, 25 points. Matthias Janmark, 13 goals, just the 3 assists, but he's been prominent in recent games. Maybe he's due for a goal. On the Boston side, Pastrnak, 14 games, 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points. He's been quite productive. Coyle, 14 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. I still think they want a little more from Coyle. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Ottawa and Detroit. The Senators, 19, 17, and 2. They're 6 and 4 in their last 10. And with the Ullmark injury, reportedly now they're in the trade market looking for some help in net. The Detroit Red Wings, 17, 18, and 4 overall. They're 6 and 4 in their last 10. They've won 4 in a row. On the Ottawa side, Stützle, 13 games, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points, has been the leader over the last month for Ottawa. Gaudette, 13 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points for him. On the Detroit side, Raymond, 13 games, 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points. And Tarasenko, 13 games, just the 2 assists over the last month. Tarasenko continues to struggle with his production in Detroit. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Dallas and the Rangers. Dallas, 24, 13, and 1 overall. 7, 2, and 1 in their last 10. They've won 4 in a row. However, on the road, they do have more struggles, but they're against the Rangers, who've had struggles everywhere. 18, 20, and 1 record for the Rangers. They're 3 and 7 in their last 10. They're coming off that win yesterday in Chicago. We'll see how things go on Tuesday against the Dallas Stars. On the Dallas side of things, Robertson, 13 games, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points. The production's picked up for him. For Stankoven, it's really cratered. Just 2 assists in 13 games over the last month. On the Rangers side, Trocheck, their leading scorer over the last month. 15 games, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. And Will Cooley, 15 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Dropped off since that fast start that he had to his production this season. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Columbus and Pittsburgh. Both of these teams at 500. Columbus 17, 17, and 6. They're 5, 4, and 1 in their last 10. Pittsburgh 17, 17, and 7. They're 4, 3, and 3 in their last 10. On the Columbus side, Marchenko's had a productive past 31 days. 15 games, 7 goals, 12 assists, 19 points. Fantilli, still looking for a little more there. 15 games, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points for him. On the Pittsburgh side, Raquel's had quite the month. 14 games, 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points. Cody Glass, 14 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. I know they've been giving him a look with a little more ice time recently. We'll see if that continues. Especially with the Tomasino injury and everything. You need a little more production from other players. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific start between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Philadelphia Flyers. Toronto, 26, 13, and 2 on the season. They're 7 and 3 in their last 10. They've won 4 in a row for the first time this season as well. Philadelphia, 17, 18, and 5 overall. They're 3, 6, and 1 in their last 10 games. On the Toronto side, 16 games for Marner over the last month. 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points. Pacioretty, 15 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Keep an eye on whether or not Philadelphia wants him to fight because of the hit he threw last night. If it's going to happen, it'll probably happen early. Konechny, 14 games, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Farabee, 14 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. You always expect a little more with Farabee than what you get. He's a good player, but the production never quite measures up to the player's skill level. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between St. Louis and Minnesota, so I'm wearing Minnesota Wild for this one. St. Louis 19, 18, and 4 overall. They're 5, 4, and 1 in their last 10. Minnesota 25, 11, and 4. They're 5 and 5 in their last 10. They have won 3 in a row. On the St. Louis side, Thomas, 14 games, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points. You're going to get a lot of assists from Thomas anytime he's in the lineup. Neighbors, 14 games, just the 2 goals to go with 5 assists for 7 points. I think for Neighbors, I think the goal production will show up a little bit more in that second half. On the Minnesota side, Rossi, 15 games, 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points. Their leading scorer over the past month. Johansson, 15 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points for Marcus. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start for the Nashville Predators and the Winnipeg Jets. Nashville 13, 20, and 7. They're 5, 4, and 1 in their last 10. They've won their last 2 on the road over Vancouver and Calgary. For the Jets, they're 27, 12, and 2 overall. They're 6, 3, and 1 in their last 10. They're coming off that disappointing game against Detroit, so I expect a better effort here. On the Nashville side, Marchessault's been their leading scorer over the past month. 13 games, 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points. Nyquist's had his struggles. 12 games, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points, and that 1 goal, I believe, was an empty netter. On the Winnipeg side, Kyle Connor, 14 games, 8 goals, 14 assists, 22 points. Perfetti, struggles for him. 14 games, just the 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between Calgary and Anaheim. This is in Anaheim, of course. The Flames 18, 14, and 7 overall. They're 4, 4, and 2 in their last 10. Anaheim 17, 18, and 4 overall, and 6 and 4 in their last 10. On the Calgary side, Huberdeau, 12 games, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points. He's playing up to his contract right now. We'll see if he can keep this up in the second half of the season. Sharon Govich, not playing up to his contract as much, just the 3 assists in 12 games over the past month. Troy Terry, 15 games, 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. He's producing like we know he can. Leo Carlson, 13 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Need a little bit more from Carlson as the Anaheim Ducks get better, and they have been. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start between Vegas and San Jose. The Vegas Golden Knights, 27, 9, and 3. They're 8 and 2 in their last 10. San Jose, 13, 23, and 6 overall. They're 2, 7, and 1 in their last 10. And this is a rivalry that I don't know how I don't know that it is a rivalry at this point because Vegas just owns San Jose. For it to be a rivalry, it has to be somewhat even. This is kind of Globetrotters Generals kind of energy. But we'll see how it goes tomorrow night. On the Vegas side, Eichel, 12 games, 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. The leading scorer over the past month for them. Hurdle, 12 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. And so anytime Hurdle's in San Jose, it's going to be noteworthy. Celebrini, 13 games, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Has been very productive. Whereas Granlund, the production's dropped off. 13 games, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points for Mikael Granlund. So let me know your picks in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.